So today we're going to see about a few stroke risk factors. So here we have um, a generic artery. So over here we have our blood cells, and they're going at a good velocity. Uh, no, you're going at a good velocity, and okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. So what are the non-modifiable risk factors? So it's age. So because of the age, your the artery wall begins to thicken and get more rigid. You know, it's stiffened, stiffened. So then what happens is that if it's stiffer, that's going to make it easier for high blood pressure, and also it's harder because the wall is like our throat, it is continually how it's helping the blood, but when it's stiff, it cannot stretch, So age, also sex. Normally, men are it's easier to happen to for strokes to happen in men than in women, and we don't know the answer yet, but that's a fact. Also, ethnicity. African descendants, they are more prone to have strokes because they have high blood pressure more often. Now, so previous strokes, if you have a previous stroke, it's easier for you to have another stroke. But this is kind of, no, for the previous stroke, you could have not had it, but okay. And so let us see the modifiable. So yeah, high blood pressure. So the blood is normally chilling over here, going at a constant speed. But when you have high blood pressure, it like goes way faster than it should. And let's say, right, that we have let's say that we have uh, another artery over here, and okay, and let me just take this out. Okay, so what happened is that this high blood pressure, it's going to go very, it's going to build up pressure over here, and so what's going to happen is that the blood pressure, the artery is going to thicken, and as it thickens, um, it actually it thickens upward over here, and so there is less and less place for the blood to go, so it begins to thicken over here, and it gets to a point that no blood can pass, or just a few. So over here, where we're supposed to feed, now there's nothing because there's not enough blood. A ischemic throat, ischemic stroke. No. Well, other thing that can happen is that it's diabetes. So diabetes, there's a lot of sugar, and sugar likes to no to damage the artery, and it gets damaged, and blood can leak out. Also, toxins. So let me get a cool. Uh, so we also have toxins. Yeah, so it's kind of hard to see. Um, which we got toxins over here, and they also damage it over here. Okay, and we have the cholesterol, the LDL cholesterol. So what happens is that it comes over here, and it begins to make a clot, and builds up, and just to make very clear, this is underneath the the wall, So now the blood can only go through here. And normally what it does is it bursts out, and so the blood makes a clot, and now no blood is going past it. No. Or it just like bursts and goes down to stop a smaller artery. And that thickening is called hyaline arteriolar sclerosis. So sclerosis is hardening, arteriolo is a little arterial, and hyaline it's kind of like glassy or crystal, you know, because if you cut a arterial, it looks like glassy under the microscope. Smoking, the tobacco toxins make that first, and also cholesterol, and yeah, we also have heart conditions. We had atrial fibrillation. Fibrillation is like fibers. So what happens is that over here the blood goes to the lungs. Okay, over here, and then they come back on the atrium. But over here in the atrium, it doesn't have force enough, so it's like squiggly. So what happens that it begins to make a clot because it's not moving and makes a clot. So it goes back and this pumps and go boom over here to the carotidal, which goes to the upper carotidal, goes to the brain. You can have a ischemic stroke. Also, myocardial infarct. It's when your myocardial is not strong enough, So over here, the blood begins to make a clot and it goes out and goes boom and stops there. Same thing. And we have heart failure when the blood doesn't go to the brain because the heart is not pumping hard enough. So you're gonna have a total brain damage because no brain tissue is getting enough oxygen. So yeah, it's very complicated. So yeah, I guess that's it. Um, this was an overview over the risk factors. There's way more, but I mean that's few of them. And yeah,